Okay, welcome back everyone. So we'll start now with the Adobe Photoshop and we'll see the tools here. But our focus is main on the photography tools. So we will only focus on those parts of Adobe Photoshop that is related to photography. So today we'll just go through the tools and little bit introduction of the Camera Raw application, which is inside Adobe, which comes with Adobe Photoshop. It's like a third party. It's not a third party plugin. It's something that is additionally installed by itself, and you install the Adobe Photoshop. Uh, Other than that, we will also cover basically the like the masking, because masking is very important when you do the image editing inside the Photoshop. So masking is highly important. So we will cover the masking here, how to create mask and what kind of mask uh, is created and how you can use the mask. So I'm just waiting for students to join in, because right now I'm just looking at the student, like the list of the students. They're increasing and decreasing. Okay, so once I have all the number of students, I'll just start by that time. So please make sure you are there and you stay there, because if you will leave, then it will first of all it will affect your attendance, as well it will affect you won't be understand what we are doing. Okay, so here what I will do at this stage is uh, I will bring my folder up. Now this is my folder where I have some images, and what I will do here is that I will take few images here and bring them in the Photoshop. Okay, now how I can open this up in Photoshop? Well, first of all, you can open any file from here directly, very easy, or you can just whatever you have selected, you can drag and drop here. Now all the images are either JPEG or TIF or PNG. I didn't imported any uh, you can say like a raw file. Okay, because the main reason I didn't imported any raw file was just to keep that in the end. First let's cover the uh, like basic tools, then we will move there. Okay, now here I have a lot of tools, if you will see, and I have some important options on the top. Okay, so let me do one thing here, because I'm using my tablet and I have reset the tablet, so I have to change one settings here. Okay. Okay, now I have here some options on the top, some options I have here, and some options I have in this area. Okay, now the one that we are going to look at, those I will like tell you from here. First of all, the main thing is that file. Now this is the whole thing you will do for whatever project you have, whether it is a photography or designing or painting. Now Photoshop is used for various things. It is used for image editing, like photography stuff. It is used for designing, like printing stuff, and it is used for uh, like a enhancer for 3D images, or you can do some 3D work over here. And sometimes in visual effects, it acts as a like an enhancer. Okay, so file, edit, everything is like similar. You will be using all these images, layers. Okay, uh, mainly you will not use type most of the time because this is for the text, and in the photography we don't use text. But if you want to write something on your photo image, then maybe you will use it, but mainly it is used for designing purposes. Apart from that, we have here the layer. Here we will be using not all of it, few of the options here. Okay, select, heavily used in photography. Filter, not all of these filters are used, but most of them are used here. Okay, 3D, it's not used a lot over here. Okay, and then we have here view. This is only for like Photoshop used to see anything or load any kind of options here. Now let's move here and see what we have. First thing that we have here is the moving tool, and inside the moving tool you will see there are two different type of moving tool and artboard tool. Now artboard tool is for this whole thing, like the background or something just like that. Suppose, let me zoom in, zoom out. Okay, and then I will go here in the artboard tool. So what I can do, I can make another artboard. Okay, and I can make one more, two more, three more, as many I want. And once I'm done, what I can do here is that here, from here you can add more. Okay, and from here you can align them. So totally up to you. And when you are done, what you just have to do is that you just go to any other tool here, like home. Oops. I think back to moving tool, if you will go. Now you are back here. Okay, so just you have to go deselect everything, and then you're back. Now what I have here is artboard 1 and artboard 2. This is the artboard 2, and in artboard 1, if you want to work on, you can take your image and put it in the artboard 1. Now you are in the artboard 1 here. Okay, now what I can do here is that I can make another artboard. Okay, if you are working on two images at the same time, so you can go back here and make another one. Totally up to you, whatever size you want. When you are done, just deselect. Oops. Okay, and then maybe I will copy this image and I will paste this image here. It's too big, so let me change the size of this. Okay, so I have now two artboards. So one is artboard 1, which is this, and other one is artboard 2. So I can have two different projects inside one area. Okay, so I can go to either one or this one, or I can go inside each one of these and I can work on these. So this is one way of doing this. Let me undo the whole thing. I don't want to do artboards here. Okay, okay, so this is how the artboards work. Now here's the selection tool. Now you can select anything, like suppose in a square form. Like suppose I want to delete something here. Maybe I want to delete her earring, so I can select the earring. And if you are in the content, if you are in the background layer and here it is locked, then this option will work, which is called content aware fill. So if I press delete button, it will give me this option. Now this option I can only use when I'm on the background and when the layer is locked. Otherwise it will not work. Now I can go back here. I will choose content aware, color adoption, everything normal, press OK, and then you can see that it had removed the earring from there. But this only works if you are in the background layer. Okay, Now, when we are done with this part, so let's see what we have. You have number of different ways. So this is ellipse. So suppose if I have used ellipse, it will be much more better because the shape of the earring is ellipse, like a circle. So the result will be much more better if I will use this. So you have different options here. No, I don't think this is better. I think the square was much more better. Okay. Now we have polygonal tool, lasso tool. This is for selection. You just have to press 1, 2, 3. It's just like that. You have to press. You can press dot, and you can select whatever items you want. Okay. And you can press escape to close it. And when you're drawing something just like this, and suppose you go by mistake, your hand uh, is moved. So you don't have to do it all over again. What you have to do, press backspace, it will go one space backward. Okay, just like that. And then you can continue. Escape to end it. So this is the polygonal one. Then you have lasso. So this is freehand. So if you're using tablet like I'm using tablet, so it will be a little easier for me. Otherwise in the mouse, a little bit hard. So I can draw something here, like her eyebrow. It will be selected. Suppose if I want to draw her lips. Okay. So becomes easy when you're doing tablet. Otherwise you have to choose any other tool here. Now magnetic, what it do is that it finds the edges. Like this is completely different color, completely different color. So if I want to select the lips, it will be very easy for me to select the lips because there is a complete different edge between this color and this color, which will make it easier for it to detect the edges. So if I click here, so I can just hover over her lips and automatically it will keep on selecting the lips. Okay. Sometimes you have this issue, so you can press backspace, go, and then click one time and then keep on clipping, keep on kind of clicking if it is moving. So what it do is that when you click it, it try to find a new pixel and add the new pixel there. Okay, that's all. Now here, if I want, I can just go this way, this, so quite easy. But suppose if I want to select something here, so it must be a little bit hard because it does not know what it need to select because the whole thing is same color. Okay, so it will only work better if you have different color. Like suppose here, if I want to select eye and the edge between the eye and the eye outline is different, so it will make it easier for me to select. Okay. Now I have here object selection tool and different kind of selection tools I have here. So we will go through these tools one by one, not now, and then by the next class, because here if I will do it, it will take the whole class. Okay. These I already explained you these two because these are like these three because these are the basic ones. Okay. You have cropping tool we will use, and for in the image editing we will not use frame tool. This is not for image editing. This is basically for working in inside your what you call like designing purposes or something, like not for photography. You can use for photography, but not that much use. This is we will heavily use. This will we will use brush tool but for masking. Okay. Clone tool heavily used. Art brush tool is we will use this one. Basically what the art brush tool is, if I go over here and whatever I will do here will create a history. Okay. Like suppose if I will go here and take something here, suppose I will paint over her with different kind of colors here. Okay, so I'm doing different kind of colors over here, and I will choose different uh, like tones of color. Okay, and I have done so much over here. Now what I have done here is without making a layer, and I had done it on the same layer, so that means there is an issue now. I cannot delete this one. Suppose I want to delete only the uh, what you call the blue one. Okay, but I was keep on doing this on one layer, so I can go to the history and I can start removing this, but it will remove all this. Now suppose I wanted to remove only that part. Now it is removing all of it. Okay, so what I can do here is that instead of doing history just like that, I can go back here. Oh, sorry, where it is. Yeah, in the history brush tool, and if I will paint over here, so you can see that it is starting, the opacity of this brush is off. So what it is doing is that it's removing all your history. It is going back to your history and it is removing the history. So I can go to any part and I can remove that part, erase that part. Okay. So maybe I will remove everything from this, but I will keep that part here. So selective undo, you can do that with the help of this. Okay. Now, if you're using a tablet and if you want to use something, it's better to use this option. This is the pressure option. Okay, you click on the pressure option, and whenever you do something, with the pressure, so it will uh, kind of create a like an effect with that. Like suppose if I want to do something like this, so where my mouse is pressed harder, you can see that it will produce this kind of result. And if I am just using a hard press and then go slow, so the end will become smoother. And if you will use any kind of brush here, like say, because brushes we will not use, but I'm just telling you about the main idea over here. Okay, let's check this one. Let's use this one. This is pressure size. So this actually changes with the pressure. So when I'm applying more pressure, so it is giving me more of the color. Less pressure, less color. Okay. And I can use this pressure here to make it more enhanced here. If I click this, so you can see that it starts slowly, with the small edge, and then it becomes bigger. Let me increase the flow and you can understand what I mean. Okay, and also you can turn on the brush airbrush size so it will be softer. Now why this is important, because if you're using the tablet and if you're doing the masking, then it is important here. Now eraser tool you will use heavily. You will use this blurring tool, heavily used. Sharpen tool is used as well. Smudge tool. Okay, then we have this dodge burning. These are heavily used. A lot of use is there. This is the main photography tool. Okay, this makes your image lighter, if you can see here. Okay, then we have burn tool. It makes your image darker. Okay, and sponge tool, it removes the color out of it, of your image, like makes it desaturated. For example, if I will take the dodging tool and let me increase the value of it. So what I will do here is that maybe I want to make her cheeks brighter, so I will go and I can make her cheeks brighter with this. Okay, or opposite, if I want to do I want a burning tool to make something darker. Now suppose I want to make her uh, these lines darker. So I can paint over it and you can see the lines are becoming dark. Her lips darker. So I can paint over her lips. Okay. Now anything that you want to desaturate with the sponge tool, you can do that. Maybe I don't want her lips to be uh, if you want to saturate or desaturate, it's totally up to you. So to saturate, you have to choose the saturate option. So her lips will become more brighter red, more red will be there. But if I don't want that, if I want it to be black and white, so I will take desaturate option and start desaturating, and you can see that it's becoming black and white. Okay. Okay. Now I have here pen tool. We'll not use this for only uh, applications which are like designing for the design purposes. Then we have text tool. Sometimes you use it, sometimes you don't use it. Maybe if you want to write, before and after or something on it. So maybe for that purpose you can use it. Direct selection tool, we will not use it. Live paint, like shapes tool, we will not use it. Uh, Hand tool, usually what is this? This is to zoom. If you have zoomed it a lot.